Good afternoon. My name is Robert Mullins, and today we will be discussing the relationship of force, EMG amplitude of extensors and flexors, and fatigue versus time in isometric contractions. According to previous studies, EMG amplitude has been inversely related to muscle force, and muscle force fluctuated as volitional fatigue was reached. The purpose of this study was to investigate this relationship, and it is believed that force will fluctuate as increased recruitment of extensors and flexors occurs. For this testing, 8 subjects from the class of 2021 physical therapy program were used for this study, and included 5 males and 3 females that were free from previous surgical procedures and did not have any allergies to adhesives. Using standardized positioning and the dynamometer, max force was tested. From this max force, 25% was then used by the participant and maintained at constant until fatigue was reached. To ensure quality recorded data, other members were assigned individual responsibilities that included zeroing, monitoring of the extensor readout, and flexor readouts. According to the results, flexors and extensors showed increased activation as force decreased and fluctuated with time. It should be noted that at 195 seconds, fatigue was reached by 3 participants and is associated to the increased standard deviation at that time for all graphs. From this data, ultimately, it can be seen that there is a marginal increase of flexor-extensor activation as force decreased. The data also supports the synergistic relationship that exists between the extensors and flexors. This data is reflective of previous research, and it also supports our hypothesis that as force decreased, recruitment of the extensors and flexors increased inversely. From these results, future studies should include variability of constant force to understand and implement accordingly for clinical application. Regarding clinical application, isometric contraction can be used for individuals post-injury and allow for increased muscle recruitment with decreased force. This is also important to those with limited range of motion and allows for activation without stress at the joint. That concludes this presentation for today. Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful afternoon.